A massive thank you to EA today for providing the opportunity to capture F1 2021 early for you guys. Hello everyone and welcome back guys to another F1 2021 video today. Yes, we're back with our third and final pre-release video from the Formula 1 game, obviously before we get our hands on it, hopefully next month, obviously when the new game does fully drop. But today though, we're going to be doing an audio comparison between the Mercedes, Ferrari, Renault and of course Honda powered cars in the world of F1. So this time around we're going to be taking the Mercedes, the Red Bull, the Alpine car, and of course the Ferrari to the Silverstone circuit, to give you guys a little bit of a hot lap comparison. Obviously nice to see Silverstone back once again for this pre-release beta test of the game, and of course, testing out the different cars, seeing how they sound. I'm going to do one hot lap where we talk over the footage, and then one, of course, where I just give you guys some raw audio as well. And so, of course, we kickstart this with the Mercedes. Obviously, all the cars, as I'm sure you guys would have already noticed from my early footage and other people's, they definitely, you can hear the whine of the battery, the whine of the turbo, obviously as it spools up a little bit more as well, which I think, is a really, really good addition. I think slowly but surely Codemasters are definitely getting the sounds even more, sort of better and more realistic and closer to real life. Obviously, the modern hybrids, I know they've always been given stick for not sounding particularly brilliant. I remember, I think it was back at Spa, it must have been 2018, it would have been listening to the Honda power unit go through there in the back of the AlphaTauri, and that sounded brilliant, I'll be honest, as well. But yeah, it doesn't quite capture it on TV, unfortunately, like we've seen in the past. But yeah, first lap though, like I said, in the Mercedes car, it probably, I think, sounds the most similar to sort of like the standard sound you got on F1 2020. Of course, the engine sounds did sound slightly different to each other, of course, on that game as well. But yeah, I think the Mercedes is probably the one that remains the least changed from F1 2020, or at least the most similar from the previous game as well. So yeah, like I said, obviously we'll do one hot lap and then I'll let you guys listen in to the lap by itself. So there we go then, that was of course the Mercedes to kickstart this video. Then of course we move over to the Honda power unit in the back of the Red Bull, and straight away you'll notice it is a lot higher pitched than the Mercedes that obviously we've just ran with. I mean, we'll get to the Alpine in just a moment as well, of course. But yeah, the the Honda power unit obviously in the back of the Red Bull, a little bit more high pitched like obviously we've seen in real life. Honda and Renault, both of them seem to really sort of whine a lot higher pitch than the Mercedes, almost like they're having to work a lot harder. And obviously, of course, generally it's still obviously considered, obviously we never know for sure, but it's pretty much a guarantee other than the Mercedes power unit is still chucking out the most power at this stage of the hybrid cycle there. But yeah, again, you sort of hear the whine as well of the battery. It's a little bit lower RPM, I've noticed, in the Red Bull. It seems to pick up a lot quicker. Again, I think part of that is down to, obviously, the pitch of the car as well. But yeah, it seems to be working the battery from a little bit lower RPM as well. Of course, obviously that depends on the ERS settings and everything like that that you're using in the game. But if you're like me and you like listening to audio cues, maybe, just maybe, obviously, if you're running in a league race, obviously equal cars, everything like that, the Honda might actually be the better power unit to go with for you, obviously, just if it means you can hear it a little bit better early on. Obviously, when you're trying to get on the power, sort of working out what the back end's doing as well, it might obviously be very, very useful for you guys as well. But yeah, coming towards the end, though, of this second lap then around Silverstone again. Obviously, Honda power in the back of the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull car here. But yeah, let's listen in then for you guys as well with a proper, obviously, onboard lap. So next up then, we're going to listen in with the Alpine, and like I just said, if you thought the Honda power unit revved or sounded quite high-pitched, nothing in comparison to the Alpine. I remember obviously listening to the Renault power last year, and obviously very, very quick, the Renault, right at the top end of the straights, but of course sounded like the engine was pretty much about to blow up at any point. I must admit, I think it's a bit of a quiet sound. I've seen a few people on Twitter really, really liking it. As well, that personally, yeah, as someone who has quite a bit of mechanical sympathy, it sounds a little bit like it's being pushed maybe just a bit too hard. Obviously, we do see some reliability issues for Alpine, or Renault even, I should say, obviously last year as well. But again, obviously, it's nice to know that we do get these distinct differences. You know, I don't think in the past we've seen the engines sound as different as they do on F1 2021. You know, it's just adding to the immersion and everything like that. Of course, yeah, the whine really, really high as well. That doesn't seem to pick up as quickly as the Honda power unit, but it certainly is. You get towards the higher RPM, still it seems to be a whole lot more as well as we head back through Magda Beckett's. Once again, that time around just getting a little bit out of shape. But again, obviously, depending on what you're trying to listen to from the car, again, obviously in League Racing Online, it could be very, very important, obviously, for you guys trying to pick an engine, obviously, with a slightly, you know, sort of a bit more information, if that's what you guys really need from the car as well. There, as we head back down in towards the final couple of corners, though, yeah, like I said, a little bit high pitch once more than the Honda power unit as well. Obviously, sounds like it's about to explode at pretty much any given point, in my personal opinion. But anyway, yeah, let's give you guys a proper lap. last but certainly not least then, of course, is the Ferrari car then here on F1 2021. Sounds, of course, a lot more like the Mercedes than we've seen in the past as well, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be really, really intrigued to hear how this one sounds. Yeah, a lot lower pitch. Obviously, don't really get much turbo or battery whine at all from this thing in comparison to a lot of the other cars, which is obviously quite noticeable just a couple of years ago there. You can see it spooling up in the background, obviously, as well. But yeah, nowhere near as prominent as we've heard from the likes of the Honda or the Renault power unit as well. Of course, that partly, I'm sure, down to obviously Ferrari obviously having to reduce the engine power last year, of course, after being, well, we never will really know exactly what it was that they got told off for doing. Obviously, we still believe it was the fuel flow irregularities and things like that, but it might remain a Formula 1 great mystery for a few more years to come, nonetheless. Here, yes, certainly I'd probably argue now the quietest or like the least dramatic of any of the engines, to be honest. It's always been sort of the Mercedes power unit that seemed like it was almost like the most calm, the most relaxed in the world of Formula 1, if you guys get what I mean. But yeah, this year it does seem like the Ferrari power unit. Obviously, they still reckon now that Ferrari might just have caught back up with Renault in terms of raw horsepower as well, of course. But yeah, it seems like the Ferrari is, yeah, a lot more calm, a lot more sort of stable, if you will. It's very, very weird to describe, I'll be honest, as well for you guys. But yeah, of course, one final time then, I'll let you guys enjoy this on board. But anyway, guys, that is going to do us then for this video. A massive, massive thank you once again for all the support on these F1 2021 early release content videos. Again, obviously a big thank you to EA and Codemasters for making these last few videos possible. And yeah, I'm so excited to be jumping into F1 2021, obviously next month as well. Not 100% sure at this point whether we're going to get any more opportunities to bring you guys some extra content as well. But yeah, it's been so much fun up to this point. You know, the videos have done really, really well. Obviously, to all of you new guys that are subscribed as well, of course, we are going to be finishing off our My Team career mode and the Alpine mod career mode as well on F1 2020 before obviously we jump in to F1 2021. But it seems mad that it's only a month away now that the new game is going to be getting released. And of course, yeah, as always, a massive, massive thank you to everyone that does click on these videos, that likes, that subscribes, and everything like that. And obviously, of course, comments as well. You know, it always just seems crazy to me that I still get these opportunities to work with companies like EA and Codemasters, obviously, to bring you guys content on this little channel at the end of the day as well. So yeah, none of it obviously would be possible without you guys as well, and obviously for just the continued support throughout everything that obviously we go on with the channel as well. But yeah, that'll do us then for this video. Like I said, unfortunately there will be no more F1 2021 early videos from obviously now, between now and probably when the game does release. But obviously make sure you do leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well, click that notification bell, and obviously you'll be one of the first to know when new videos do go live. But that's going to do us for this one though, guys, and hopefully I will see you guys soon for another F1 video.